What I want to show you today is going to be how to set up your hands properly in the distance to the wall. Oftentimes, you'll see people put their hands kind of far away from the wall right here. And as they start kicking up into that handstand, this allows them to actually start arching a little bit. Now, although this position can work, what I find that happens is that we end up arching, we end up using that wall just a little bit too much. So what I would love to see everybody do is getting maybe 1 to 2 fingertips away from that wall, 1 to 2 inches. You're going to leave your fingers nice and long, put pressure on those palms. And from here, after I kick up to that wall, you'll notice that I'm in a much better position with alignment here. That means that it's going to be much easier for me to find freestanding balance by using my fingers, pushing tall, and really trying to find that nice line. Again, if I'm really too far away, I'm going to end up arching. And again, with that handstand, again, we want to try to find a nice amount of ease within our position here. If my shoulders are really, really tight and I can't get my arms up beyond this point without arching my spine, I really need to work on opening up my shoulders. There's a bunch of stretches that you can do. I'm going to show you a very simple one where we're placing our hands on that wall and we're going to walk our feet back. And from here, I want to simply go between a little bit of an arch where I'm trying to get my chest to the floor and then I'm trying to hollow out. You'll find a nice stretch that goes on between the armpit, the pecs, and then the shoulders as well. Really working a lot of my shoulders coming up overhead. If I'm not able to get my shoulders here to my earlobes, then really I'm not using my scapula and my shoulders the way that I want. There's a thing called upward rotation within their scapula, or scapular upward rotation. And what that simply means is at a certain point of my arm coming up to maybe 110, 120 degrees in any of these angles, it is my shoulder that is doing the lifting. Notice where my shoulders stay right here. But if I need to come up any higher than this, my scapula or my shoulder blade has to come out to the sides, a little bit of what we call protraction and elevation. At that point, that shoulder can come up a lot higher. If you're keeping your shoulders down right here, what you're going to find is that there's going to be some impingement going on. It's really difficult to lift that arm up. And not only that, but from there, I have to compensate within my core to try to lift the arm up. So again, what I want to think about is maybe 110, 120 degrees, shoulder blade comes up, and then I am able to lift up nice and easy. A simple way of testing this is you are going to go palm down and try to lift that arm up as high as you can. You'll notice at a certain point, I just can't go any further. But if I go into external rotation, I am able to lift that shoulder blade up just a little bit more and then bringing that arm up. So the hand position can change to make it a little bit easier. Again, handstands should not be internally rotated. They should be neutral or slightly turned out the way that I prefer. I've got really flexible shoulders, but in order for me to be efficient and hold the handstand for a minute or longer, you want to have that slight external rotation, and that's even going to help relax the wrist a little bit, which I believe is the weakest link in the body. So if you're having trouble with those wrists, check out my other video, and I'll show you how to stretch that out. And I'm also going to put a link up for the shoulder exercises and shoulder stretches, way more than what I was just showing you right there.